This is our exhibit, Hiding from Hitler. We focused on the rescuers, which were the people who saved the Jewish people during the time of the Holocaust. I'll start us off with Rüdiger Schleicher, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, and Hans von Dohnanyi, who were all Christians. They all came from the same type of background, very strong morals in their families, and Dietrich Bonhoeffer eventually became a minister. He decided that he wanted to help the Jewish people when Hitler came to power. He just thought that Hitler was doing wrong in God's eyes. For that matter, both of these two believed in that also. But Hans von Dohnanyi mainly decided after the Night of Long Knives, which is an organized killing of Jewish people, one of the first ones, and he decided he needed to help them. Together, the three of them came up with a plan to assassinate Hitler, which you may have seen in Resistance Against the Nazis. The three of them just really were a big part of that, and with that, I'll hand you over to Shay.
Okay, now Oskar Schindler, Irene Gut-Opdyke, and Irina Sendler were all rescuers in Poland. And Oskar Schindler, he hired a whole bunch of Jewish people into a factory that he owned, and he probably saved the most Jews during the Holocaust. And Irene Gut-Opdyke, she hid 12 Jewish people down in the cellar of a German officer's villa, and Irene Gut-Opdyke saved about 25,000 Jewish children by seeking them out of the ghettos with the help of a few other people.
Born in Somerset in 1884 was Frank Foley. In the 1920s, he moved to Berlin to work at the British Embassy, and that was just his cover as a real role in the British Secret Intelligence Service, known as the SIS. It was later known as M16, which has also been heard in many movies, but made by James Bond. During the Holocaust, he used his job in the British Embassy to help many people persecuted escape. He would forge passports, make fake letters, and sometimes even go straight up to concentration camps and present pictures and posters and papers just saying that these people were leaving because they had the right to. This exactly didn't make the Nazis as happy as they could be, but they never caught him. He saved about 10,000 people persecuted by the Nazis during World War II, the Holocaust, and he never received any recognition for any of the actions he did while he was still alive. In 1999, though, Yad Vashem recognized him as righteous among the nations, and a plaque was placed and a tree was made for him, planted actually. And in 2004, on his 120th birthday, Frank Foley had a plaque made for him and left for him at his house. And in 2005, May of 2005, a statue was made for him and placed at his house. In France, during the time of the Holocaust, from December of 1940 to September of 1944, the town of Les Chambeaux-sur-Lignon helped anybody persecuted by the Nazis by hiding them in their schools, houses, private rooms, cellars, wherever they could. It was led by Andrei Trocme, as seen here. He was the pastor of the town. And the story goes, late in the winter of 1940, a young Jewish woman came to his wife and his doorstep asking for food and shelter for the night. Well, they said yes, and they found that more people in the town were willing to help them out. Anyone persecuted by the Nazis, they were willing to help. So soon a whole, secret organization was within the town was started, and people were helping anybody persecuted by hiding them, and they would do anything they could to get them away from the Nazis. During that time, France had been taken over by the Nazis, so the Vichy, which were the French police, weren't exactly happy about this. They tried to shut down the town or find out who was running the whole organization. It really wasn't much of an organization, such much as a bunch of people doing a good thing. In 1943, Andrei was arrested and taken to a concentration camp where he served 5 weeks, detention camp where he served 5 weeks there and almost had to sign an oath of loyalty by the camp commander. He refused, but when he got out, he decided not to be such a high speaker with the town, and he decided to more so go underground and look over the town. By the end of the Holocaust, when France was liberated, they had saved about 5,000 persecuted people by the Nazis, and 3,500 of which were Jewish.
Marianne Van Binsberg and Pritchard was born in 1920, and at the age of 21, she was arrested for 7 months for trying to help the Jews. When she got out of prison, she was approached by a family who asked her to take care of their 2-year-old son because the parents were about to be deported. She agreed and became a rescuer. She saved about 150 lives during the Holocaust, and one of the most important things she did is she actually killed a Nazi policeman to protect a family that she was hiding. And the Yad Vashem Memorial Museum recognizes the deeds that the rescuers did. They honor them by giving them a carob tree and a plaque that goes along the Avenue of the Righteous among the nations. So far, they've honored over 24,000 rescuers and are continuing to honor more.